Alright, folks, and welcome back to the channel. It's time to get to the weekend's game as Celtic face Rangers in the fourth derby of the season. I've put on the wee ticker hanging the bottom there. Perfect chance for revenge. And Alistair, to be honest with you, that is what it is, and that is what it should be. And after that disappointment in January.
Yeah, well, that was a kick in the stones, to be honest with you, in January, because see, to be honest, their way to lose a derby, you never like losing them, but that was unacceptable in January, and I know people say there's nothing riding on it, but nah, especially when you look at their management team.
I
None
think
of the
even just without looking at them, I think even looking at ourselves, I know how you do get that phrase branded about maybe, and you say, "Oh, we're declaring the league. There's nothing that's riding on this, or there's nothing that it doesn't really mean anything if we defeat bollocks." I mean, honestly, it's a derby. I don't want to win fuck all. If I'm being honest with you, I really want to win the fucking donkey derby for all I care, but. I
um,
genuinely, I don't buy this shite that. I mean, we could be 60 points clear, and it would still be saying it means something. Just like when they were clearing COVID, I was still saying every derby meant something because you don't want, and it'll be like the same on their side. They'll not want Celtic to go out and get another victory. You know, you want to try and in a season, you want to have the more derby victories over the other team, and that's just how it happens. But as Alistair as well was saying, in that game in the 3rd of January, it needs to be a really good performance on Sunday because, as you said, that performance at Ibrox. Now I know we were decently clear. We won the first trophy of the season by that point as well. And you probably, if there was a derby you wanted to lose, it would have been that one because I would have rather lost that one in the cup final. But
yeah,
you know, it needs to be a big chance for this Celtic squad to go. No, you know what? That was an anomaly, and I hope it was. I've said it was. Now I hope I'm proven right on Sunday because I do expect Celtic to get win it. I think Alistair, it's obviously Rangers obviously have come off the back of a good, not even a winning Thursday night, but getting through to the quarterfinals of Europa League, so they'll have their kind of tails high. But Celtic just need to take advantage of
need
that.
to need to start quick. We need to kind of. I don't. I know. I don't like going back to a new manager. We need to start the way you would start, like handball kind of thing. Because if we start with a good tempo, get in their faces right away. Don't let them settle. I'll stand on this hill. We've got better players than them. I mean, and I know you could maybe make a case for one or two getting in our squad, Josh, but really, there's no one Rangers player we got in our starting 11. And that people can clip this after the game if we lose. But I stand on that hill, mate. I do. I look at our team and I look at their current squad and I think, nah, I wouldn't take any of them.
I think Celtic have. I think, and no, I do think you're correct in that. I think we have, and that's not being arrogant. I mean, the league table for me shows that. There's been a massive gulf, and you know, in the league standings this season. Celtic have got a chance to go 19 points clear at the top of the league table. Um,
Basically 20.
Aye, so and then taking out 2 games out, and then it'll be 2 games before we win the league. So, you know, it's obviously it's Celtic are light years ahead. Have been light years ahead of Rangers this season. Obviously you get the old cliches that formed out the window. I do think to an extent it does. I think we saw that in the 3rd
I
of
think
January.
sorry, I think that's saying maybe true in a one-off game, but I think if you look at the Celtic Park form, for example, Rangers have only won two of the last since they come back up. No, at Celtic Park. One was in COVID and one was in Nicola Katic's game at Celtic Park. Now, that's no form goes out the window. So that's no an excuse. We play, we turn up with the right attitude, and we've got a bit of more. No, that you need motivation for a game like this. And let's be honest, the legs will be hanging off them, Joe. So that's the fear of it.
See the thing where I know we obviously seen that all night when they get took to penalties before a match and whatever. See, to be honest with you, I don't think that makes much of a difference. Because I think you're that they're going to get rested. I think it might make a slight difference, but we saw it in the Scottish Cup semi-final when Angie's first year. I know it's you might say it's a different team and whatever, but they get took to extra time. I think by Braga, I think it was.
No, was it no Leipzig?
No, I think it was Braga at that point. I'm pretty sure because they get took to extra time 2 times in it. I think it was Braga then. I don't think they get took to extra time by Leipzig. I don't think. But anyway,
semi-final, but
whoever it was, but basically they turned up the Scottish Cup semi-final and played another 120 minutes and beat us. So I think it's important. Celtic have obviously got a week off. That can either work in 2 ways. So, I mean, either it works in our favour or it doesn't work in the favour. I hope it's obviously the first option that it works in our favour. But I think we are. If, as you said, I firmly believe if we turn up with the right attitude and play it how we know we can play, and I've noticed this with Brendan Rodgers, when a team maybe gets one over him, he gets a bee in his bonnet, it really, really fucking grinds the guy's gears. So I'm hoping that we turn up with the attitude.
I remember the first time that happened, Josh. We drew 1 each at Celtic Park. The next league derby, we pumped them 5-1 in their own backyard. So let's hope that's an omen and we absolutely wipe the floor with them. I'd take anyone, but a pumping would be nice.
And Celtic are going to have to be up for it because there's no doubt they'll be up for it. They've got nothing left to play for, and the league in terms of they're out of the league title race. They're not in the Scottish Cup, so they'll just want to try and get a win at Celtic Park because, as you mentioned there, the record at Celtic Park over the last since they've been back in the divisions doesn't make great reading. So but I've no doubt they'll be up for it because Barry Ferguson, Neil McCann, they'll get them up for it. So it's just important. It's just important that Celtic match that really, and and as I say, the Celtic I think I'll get better technical abilities. So I think if Celtic turn up to that and show really the right attitude, will win the game. But then you've also got the flip of the coin. If Celtic show up what they did in the 3rd of January, I think we'll struggle because I don't think it was anywhere near good enough in the 3rd. So Celtic need to make amends, and I think Rodgers kind of alluded to that.
I wouldn't take all week, to be honest with you.
Because it wasn't acceptable. That isn't acceptable for a Celtic team to go to Ibrox. Ibrox, you're not going to win every game at Ibrox, but it's not acceptable to perform that. So Celtic, maybe know the pressure on what the game's going to, it's not going to like last season where we were trying to kind of get out of the line in the league. It's probably not got the same sense to it, but it's got the pressure on these players that they know that they had that performance in the 3rd of January that just wasn't anywhere near what they're capable of. So it's important that they come out and play well.
And see, to be honest, Josh, I know we played them up after the split, but this is a chance to say we're still top dogs. We're still the boss in this city, and if you think we're just going to roll over and let you take over, investment or not, you've got another thing coming. So it's kind of got a big. And Roger says that himself. It's kind. Um, um, Celtic Rangers games are Glasgow derbies. I think are psychological. Whereas if we prove that the 3rd of January was a one-off, they'll be like, we can only beat them when they're off it.
Aye.
So, and that's the
That-
message I want to send to it.
And that's what I'm saying. I think when we're on it, we're better than them. I think we're better than Rangers when we're on it. It's just that question if we're going to be on it, and I would fully expect Rodgers to make sure they're on it, and to time at the challenge, because it's going to be a challenge. I know we've laughed at Rangers not all season, but I don't think that's been a player issue. I don't think they have got decent players. They're no world beaters. There's maybe some points of the media might make them out to be at times, but they have got decent players. So I think and they've shown that in the Europa League run. That they can they showed that in the 3-0 game. That they seem to be able to lift their level for the big occasion. But when it comes to your running the mill games against Motherwell and Hibs, and they struggle to do that. So Celtic have got a job in their hands. Obviously, there's got to be away supporters there as well. So they'll look to.
And let's call a spade here, Joyce. When you're at a club like Celtic, you don't know, especially the last home derby of the season, you don't know whose last game at home that might be. Because, and I hate saying this, but Celtic are a selling club. So this could easily be, I'll use an example, Rio Hitate's last home derby.
I think
I'm
it could
pretty
be.
sure he doesn't want to go out, well, no go out, but he doesn't want to come off a home derby and lose probably last time he's going to play them at Celtic Park. I hope no, but you've got to have that in the back of your head.
Aye, well, I mean, this team are showing a mentality in the derbies. They know what to do. They know what to do. They know what they're doing. So, as I said, I do fully expect Celtic, if they turn up, to win the game. Celtic have been, brilliant this season. We've done really well. We've been pretty much flawless, probably apart from that game at Ibrox that we mentioned. So, as I said, and I'll keep hashing this. If Celtic turn up, I think we've got the better players on the pitch. I think there's players like Kuhn who could have a go at Jeffy. I don't think he was very suspect defensively for me.
Well, you got two full-backs. Get the ball out early to the two wingers and go at the full-backs.
It can't be the start that we've seen in the 3rd of January. I keep referring to that game because that is the last time we played them, and it was a shambles. You could tell by the first 10 minutes that Celtic are net. McGregor was going to put 2-yard passes together. Players were just, Scales is terrible that day. It was really poor, so it can't be like that. And I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be because I think they'll be up for it, as I said, to go on. Oh, we were fucking shite that day, to be honest, if I put it lightly. And we were absolutely.
I think, to be honest, Josh, playing at Celtic Park is easier for the Celtic players than Ibrox is.
I know, obviously.
It's a fact.
That's the same for any team, I think.
It's even harder when you've no supporters there, which we didn't have. So at the end of the day, we start well, get an early goal ideally, and take it from there.
Aye. Obviously, the news that came out today that obviously Callum McGregor had been nursing a calf injury over the last kind of 2 weeks. I did kind of think that when he was getting taken off quite early in games. Obviously, Cal McGregor, is it safe to say split opinion this season? Because some people are, he's been fine. Other people think he's not had his best season. I think he's still been fine. I don't think he's, I don't think he's been terrible.
I think it's standards, Josh. I mean the Cal McGregor, let's be honest, people need to realise, and this is a preview for the game, I know, but I do think we need to. It's common knowledge we should be looking for the succession plan and whether that be Lennon Miller or whoever, but we should be looking for a succession plan on that. And see, to be honest, Cal McGregor has very, very rarely let Celtic down, and especially in this fixture. So I think, regardless of the January, and that's the last time I'm going to mention it, I think there's no one Celtic player could look themselves in the mirror and say they had a good performance that day. So
Aye.
I'm not going to go mad on individuals, to be fair. But as a collective, it was shocking. But I personally think Cal McGregor will play.
Cal McGregor, when he's on it in these games, is unplayable. I just said, like everybody else in the 3rd of January game, it was shocking, to be honest. It was fucking horrendous. To be honest, when he's on it, he's brilliant. Because he can run these games. So I do think he will play for that reason. I think if there's a chance that he's fit, and I think by going, I think they're pretty confident he probably will be fit for the game. I know something says he's going to train on Saturday morning with the team, hopefully, and take it for there.
I do think, Josh, I tell you what I think will happen. I think we'll play him tomorrow, but well, no tomorrow. God, no tomorrow, Saturday. Sunday, and I think we'll get 2 weeks rest for the Scotland thing. That Cal McGregor's not going to be involved in, and then we can assess it. And let's be honest, we'll only need, he should only need Cal McGregor for the Scottish Cup final, the way the league is. So if you go into the derby, Cal McGregor will know his own body.
Aye.
He'll know if he's fit or no. So, and I don't think Rodgers would risk it if he's going to be long term. So I do think he'll play, but I think, put it this way, I think he'll play.
I think if we if he wasn't to play, I think if we had a better bench, because our bench is looking terrible, to be honest. If I'm being honest,
Bernardo would play.
I think our bench is not looking too great, to be honest. I think we're in the same situation we're at points last year, where our bench just looks pretty shocking, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I think if the bench was a bit stronger, then there was probably a chance he maybe wouldn't play. But I think he will play. Get on the team selection, Alistair. For me, it's Schmeichel and goal, and then your back four is just your usual back four with Sloop at left back.
Team practice itself for me.
McGregor in the midfield, along with Engels. Hatate will be in, but he needs a massive game, Alistair, because I've not been impressed with him at all the last few weeks. If I'm being honest with you, and he needs a big game. Like you said earlier, I'm not saying Hatate is leaving, but I think
you've got to prepare that somebody's leaving.
Aye, and I think, say if it was Hatate, for instance, he knows that he needs. He normally is okay in these derby games if we start well and he's pinging the passer. But if he can play well, there's no other midfielder in this country that gets anywhere near him, in my opinion. So
often enough.
we don't see it often enough, especially this season. There's too many times where he might have, like, for instance, the game against Hibs, there was a few moments of magic, maybe 20 minutes to go, but in that first half he couldn't spring 2 passes again, and you're like, what the hell's what's going on? This doesn't make sense. But he needs a big game. He needs a pretty big game for me. The front three for me is Jota, Maeda and Kuhn. Obviously, it's the first. It's still mental to say this, but it's the first derby without Kyogo. And, I mean, Dice and Maeda's done really well to get into that kind of Kyogo-shaped hole. But wait a minute, he's got he's come into that Kyogo-shaped hole pretty well, but he's got another Kyogo derby shaped hole, if you like to call it, to fill on Sunday, because obviously it's the first derby that Kyogo, who's been magnificent in the fixture for us.
Yeah. But I was just going to say, and this is a bit in jest, but it's actually true if you think about it. I've noticed that our rivals have been putting Tavernier kind of in the middle of a back three. That was nice of them to move him as long as we move. When we move Maeda, so I bet you James is sweating in the next couple of nights, waiting for Maeda to run him. But no, I just think that potential front three will cause chaos. But I think you're right to mention Kyogo, because this was the game he more often than not turned up for. So, and to be fair, Maeda's
Maeda's done a job as well.
Record in the fixture either.
Neither is Jota. I was about to say. Obviously, on the right-hand side, Alistair, you talked there about, obviously, I don't know what tactic they'll play. I mean, Barry Ferguson and BT Sport last night, I don't think he mentioned about 8 formations. To be honest, I don't know if he was just obviously quite ecstatic about obviously them getting through, which, if that is the case, then I can kind of understand it. Or it could be the fact he's just stupid. But I'll give him the benefit of doubt and say he was just ecstatic because they get through it. Which fair enough though. I don't like saying that, but fair fucks to them. But I mean, I don't know if they'll play that back three. I mean, if they do play the back three, it's more important than ever that the wingers turn up and do a job. As I said, you're probably looking at Yefty. I don't know who. He might play that Sterling at right back. I think Jota and Kuhn can get, especially Jefty. I think defensive. I think going forward he's pretty decent, but I think defensively he is really suspect. I think Kuhn can get him. I think we saw it.
Especially Josh, of the boys coming down the left, or no, the right, and he's got a tendency, like another full back that they've got switching off at the back post. So look out for that. I've got a bingo card for Sunday. Switching off at the back post. A Rangers player to commit a foul within the first minute. Them to switch ends, and anything basically upset us, to be honest.
And they probably are going to upset us, and I think they're perfectly in the right to do that, because as my saying goes, as you do what you think you want to do to win the game. But they've got nothing to lose coming into this game. I don't think Celtic have got much to lose either. But
it's bragging rights.
No, but I do think the pressure's all on Celtic. I don't think
it's a home derby, of course.
Not even just a home derby. I just think obviously because Barry Ferguson's come in to try and steady the ship for them. the pressure is on Celtic to try and to get the result. But I do think, maybe I don't know if I'm wrong here by saying this, but I think we need a game out of Kuhn, because I don't know, he's faded in the last 2 weeks. And I'm not having a go at him in any sense. I just maybe think he's had a kind of drop in form, which is understandable after one of the numbers he's been
Couldn't keep
posting.
up the figures.
But I do think
In the season.
I do think we're due a game from Kuhn, man, because I do think he needs to be a bit more effective, especially in this game. As I said, if it has got to be Yefty or Van Yilmaz on that side, I
Do you
think
know
he
the
can get.
good thing? Couldn't Jota can switch. So
Aye,
if he can, if don't be surprised if Jota floats and tries his luck at least once at the left side. And do you know who I think might be a big player for us in an attacking sense? And this might sound weird. I think Jeffrey Sloop might have a big day because he's he he's different type for Taylor, but I think he can get to the byline more and what
I think
balls across.
I think I'm going to need to watch for Sloop as well, because he's got a job going the other way as well, because he's basically probably going to be marking their best player, and Flav
Well,
Cherny, so who is pretty quick and stuff like that. So he's going to have a job both ways. So it's going to be I don't think you're going to see Sloop bombing forward as much as you probably would see him in a game against maybe like Motherwell at home or something. I think he's going to have to kind of balance that, because obviously you don't want him caught out of position, because I think Cherny
I'll
is.
be I'll be honest with you, Josh. I don't think the Sloop could also be a free man because Tierney doesn't strike me as the type that that tracks back a lot. So we could get some joy down that side, but I agree with you. He's
I think if they put, I think
probably
if
the best player.
I think if they play the back three, I think it's important that Celtic use the wings properly. We need to be getting the ball in quickly. We need to be kind of playing with your, you need to be playing your 1-2s and try and get inside the box and putting it across for Maida to get in there and score the goals. I think with Jota, he's a bag of tricks, and I think he'll be buzzing to go. Kuhn, quick and able to got a good end product, got a good strike on as well. So I think we can get him in the wings. It's just obviously how quick.
I think when Jota re-signed, they would have earmarked this game to say if I can get ready for that game, because although Jota has been good since he come back, he's not really had a standout game.
Aye, because he's not really played in. I know Bayern was a big in it, but he's not played in. He's not had a. Kuhn kind of had the moment against away for Bayern, but it's so. But I think it's also important, Alistair, that we need to keep it shut at the other end.
I quite like her back for the way it is at the moment, to be honest.
Because like that, the last game we played against them, it was the defence just shambles. It's an absolute shambles, if I'm honest. I don't know who they'll probably go with. I'd imagine Cherny.
Probably both Messers.
And by the way, it's got to sound mental me saying this, but we're going to need to watch Dessers. I mean, he's the biggest anomaly for me. The Rangers fans give him absolute dog's abuse, but I don't watch.
Stack up.
I don't watch him.
In a sense, I know Dessers has played more games than he does. But
I don't watch Dessers now, but I think we're going to have to watch. I think he can.
You don't need to watch him, just look at the figures.
Aye, so, but no, I think Celtic, as I said there, need to just turn up and win. Turn up, and I think we'll get, turn up. I don't just mean turn up and fucking stoat a boot, but turn up at a really good level. I think Celtic will walk away with the 3 points. Alistair, I don't do score predictions for these games, so you can give yours if you want. But I don't give mine.
I'll go. I want to go a scalping, but I think I'll go 3-1.
All right, I'm not giving mine. I don't for Celtic Rangers
Don't
games.
worry. I'll
I'm
tell
not.
you in the next podcast what Johnny's prediction was.
To be honest, I don't really do predictions for these games. I just want them to beat us, and
You
want
just
them.
want them
Uh,
done. You too.
I just want to beat them in any by 1 goal, or if it's by 5 goals, I couldn't care less. To be honest, I just want to beat them at the end of the day. But that's going to be it for the Celtic versus Rangers match preview. We'll be back after the game as usual on Sunday, hopefully talking about another Celtic derby win and revenge from that game in January. Until then, we'll speak to you later. And hail, hail.
Hail, hail.